So now everyone, welcome back to your second section, and this second section you are still on the unit 5, two kinds of sport, the title racquetball and squash. Writing form can be the comparison paragraph, okay? And before moving to our lesson today, teacher would like you to see some of the lesson that you have learned so far, everyone. You know, yesterday you have learned about the life now and life 5 years ago. This is type of the comparison paragraph. You have seen like the topic sentence. You see like the first block and the second block, and you also see the connecting word in order to link the two paragraphs and showing the contrast or differences. Anyway, you also have learned like however and whereas, okay, in order to use in this part of this writing. You also have learned like the word or expression. As you can see the picture here, like require, like equipment, like indoor, like energy, rules, white, okay. And then so far you also learn like similar to, different from, and the same as, meaning when you apply in your writing, you can use this word to show about the similarity and differences, right? So without further ado, teacher would like you to see our lesson today. Okay, so we're gonna start now. So what can you see here, everyone? You can see here like this is the Olympics competition. You see the two men, in the, can be simply like the box, but it is the war, okay, that used for the player to hit the ball and with the racket to hit again the wall with that. So what do you see? What do you think about this kind of sport? Can be squash or racquetball, everyone. So this is squash, okay. So it is a racket and ball sport, played by two players in a four-ball court with a small hollow rubber ball. The player alternate and striking the ball with their racket into the playable surface of the four walls of the court. The objective of this game is to hit the ball in such a way that the opponent is not able to play a valid return. So this is about squash, okay. Anyway, teacher also have the video for you, so you can watch this video in order to make sure that you have understand about this type of game, everyone. So let's listen, everyone.
The head-to-head, Farre catching him up 19 times they've clashed. Average match time their league 61 minutes, looking pretty healthy. I think we could surpass the 61 minutes tonight. I really hope we do. Good pressure from Shabaghi. There's the grunt. It's a immaculate rally, knowledge by Farre.
So as you can see this short video, the two players, they play it really like skillful and with energetic. They have to hit the ball against the four walls and to make sure that the opponent, can reach the ball, so they can gain the score at the time. This type of sport, it's quite similar to racquetball as well. But racquetball is more harder, because of they have the different rule, can make the player to play it, harder than the squash. So now teacher would like you to see, what does it mean racquetball, everyone? They have you can see here like you know, they have the same four wall, the same, but the position of the player are different. So racquetball is a racket sport play with like hollow rubber ball. It is the same like a squash as well. On an indoor or outdoor court. Mhm. Like Joseph Sobek, you know, is credited with inventing the modern sport of racquetball in 1950, adding a string racket to paddleball in order to increase like velocity and control. Unlike most racket sport such as tennis and badminton, you know, there is no net to hit the ball over. So when you compare this racquetball to badminton and tennis, you know, tennis and they use the net, right? So these racquetball, they don't use the net, but they use the ball as the net. And unlike squash, you know, noting out of bound areas at the bottom of front ball to hit the ball about, you know, also the court wall, floor, and ceiling are legal playing surface. So the difference is that, you know, when you see squash, you know, they don't have the ceiling yet. They have only the wall and floor, but the racquetball they have the ceiling, so they are legal playing surface. So the player can hit anywhere. Can be the ceiling, can be the ball. Okay, with the exception of the court specific designed handle being out of bound. Okay, so teacher also have the video for you everyone. You can watch this one to make sure that you understand about racquetball.
He gets to serve. As you can hear, the crowd here is going wild. Staying in his hometown.
As you can see in this sport, you know, the two players they have to stand, you know, like back and front. Okay, but the squash, you know, the player are rotate in the court, you know.
Already, we are ready. We are almost about to begin. So, Dean, what do you think about this? What are you expecting? You know what? I'll be honest with you. Kane really hasn't had a match. You know, he played Moscoso earlier today. His first round was against Apulia. It was quite easy.
As you can see in this video, you also see that before they hit the ball, they have to bound it first. This is the rule in the racquetball. Yeah? You have to bound it first and then hit the ball against the wall.
For him, Alvaro always plays very tough, but
so when another opponent, you know, he or she can reach the ball, okay, they lost their mark. Okay, so briefly this is about racquetball and squash, everyone. So now we go to the practice in our lesson. So you can like talk about the pictures, then write an outline of the paragraph. Like number 1 to number 5, we have like number 1 can be equipment or court, and number 2, okay, number 3 meaning the area of playing that two kind of sport. Number 4, they mention about the racquetball and squash with the racket and ball. And number 5, that comparing between racquetball and squash. Okay, so now we move to our here like the title of this, you know, the two kinds of sport. Okay, the two kinds of sport. See here. The two kinds of sport, racquetball and squash, right? And the step number 2, write your own topic sentence. So the topic sentence is two kinds of sport, two similar sports that are different in several ways. And the detail like the sports are similar in the required equipment and where they are played. So the area of the playing the sport, the same, and the equipment can be like a racket and the ball are the same, and the area the indoor sport the same. So both sports require a racket and a small ball, right? Okay. So point number 3, both play in indoor, right? And number 4, racket ball, like racket, okay, is shorter and wider than a squash racket, and the ball is larger. And number 5, squash court is smaller than the racquetball court, and the rules of the squash make the game harder to play. Okay, so this is, yep. Okay, so everyone, so now we come to the end of your lesson today. So teacher would like to say thank you very much everyone, and see you again on Monday. Having a very nice weekend. Goodbye everyone.